The Bella twins say you can look but you can't touch. However, according to Skye Blue, you can't look or touch unless you're paying to support her. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And according to Skye Blue, we need permission. We need to pay for permission to open our eyes because her ass is off limits. Even though she wrestles in the ring with both cheeks on display, like a full moon that would bring out all the werewolves, an ass that Rikishi would be proud of. She shows off everything, but we're not allowed to look at anything unless, of course, we're paying to support her. And you just see this with so many women in WWE, AEW, wrestling in general, where they say, do not sexualize us. We're women. We're empowered. We want to be known for our ability. We want our wrestling to do the talking. But if you're willing to pay our Patreon page or our OnlyFans, then by all means, we will show you all the skin in the world. And you're a great guy. If you're willing to pay, then what a supportive fan you are. But hey, if you're not willing to pay and you for one moment look at us and you don't respect our ability and you look at us for our appearance, then you are a horrible fucking person. So that is the kind of attitude that all the women in wrestling have. Look at Toni Storm. Oh, she wouldn't do a backstage segment that would involve her being in a bra, but she will happily go on OnlyFans and she will get naked as long as you're paying her money. And I don't want to hear the whole my body, my choice bullshit. It's got nothing to do with that. It's more my bank balance, my choice. And that is what it is with these women. You know, they will do whatever it takes as long as they're getting money. And it always sickens me when we see women of today and they bash the previous generation. I mean, women today think that they somehow are better than the likes of Stacy Keibler. Just because Stacy Keibler did some bra and panty matches, they think that they are more respectable than Stacy Keibler. Absolutely not. Stacy Keibler has got more dignity, more respect than fucking one of our long legs and the entire women's roster today has. But anyway, we're here to talk about Skye Blue because she is obviously showing us all why we shouldn't believe all women and all this other hashtag shite too. So she was doing an interview with Alicia Atout and they were discussing a video of her butt going viral around various social media outlets and the attention that she has received because of her butt. Let's be honest, it's big, it's nice, it's a great ass, it's one of my favourite things to look at and watch in AEW. And if Skye Blue had such a big problem with it, she wouldn't wear revealing gear. Now you could say, well, what do you mean wear revealing gear? All the women wear the same shit. Look, I understand if you've got a big ass, it is more than likely going to look big no matter what you wear. But Skye Blue pretty much wears an attire that looks like a thong. Both of her cheeks are on full display. If she wanted to, she could cover her ass up a little bit. And that's 100% fact, she could. But she doesn't because she knows that as a character, as a wrestler, as a personality, nobody gives a shit. The only reason why people care about her in the slightest is because of her ass. But it's so patronising to see these people complaining about the only thing getting them over. It's like 1 minute, I'm going to show my ass because it makes me popular, but I'm also going to hate the people that like me because of my ass. What are you talking about? The only reason people like you is because of your ass. So, a bit of consistency here, seriously. Anyway, that's what Skye Blue had to say to Alicia Tout. Quote, I've gotten to the point where when I was younger, I hated it. I was like, can I just say I'm underage and get you in trouble? And then people found out how old I was, but at this point now, I'm just like, when the Daily Loud thing went up, I had no idea. Kyle Fletcher was the one that found it. He's like, you have 12 million views. I was like, what do you mean? I didn't do anything. So then this smart ass, he had it shared with my Patreon group, and then it really blew up. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to keep doing it. At this point, I'm like, it is what it is. We all work very hard to look like what we look like. It's like, at least if you're going to stare at it, you could help me and show support. Laughs. End of quote. So, I mean, just so much bullshit in here, but we'll go through it a little bit at a time. So, Very first sentence, she says that she didn't like the attention that she got because of her ass, and she was thinking, can I say I'm underage and get you in trouble? So straight away, the whole believe all women bullshit is gone completely out the window here, because here's Skye Blue admitting that she was considering and that she would think about telling people that she was underage just to get them in trouble because her ass might have drawn attention to people. People might have complimented her on her ass and she wanted to get those people in trouble. Now, if she would be willing to lie about being underage to get people that liked her ass in trouble that she didn't know, then what would she be willing to do to someone that she didn't like? What lies would she be willing to spew in order to get someone into trouble that maybe she had beef with or a relationship that didn't work out? So the fact that she was willing to lie and claim to be underage just because people liked her ass, I mean, that kind of shows you what woman we're dealing with here. So, again, believe all women if you want, me too if you want, but it's all a load of shit. Then she talks about Kel Fletcher finding out this video about her ass, and she says that it had 12 million views. Then, when he shared it with her Patreon group, she says that is when it really blew up. Really? So you telling me that it had 12 million views and you thought that was okay, but then you viewed it with your Patreon group and then it really blew up? So what, you saying 12 million's an okay number, but you have more patrons than 12 million? She's making out like it was like showing it with her Patreon group that blew it out of proportion. I mean, no, I'm sure you've got a small section in your Patreon group. You don't have massive numbers. You don't have 12 million people in your Patreon group. It had nothing to do with your Patreon group. It already had 12 million views. I highly doubt your Patreon group, you know, a small section of desperate men wanting attention, I highly doubt that blew it up. And then she said, oh, I'm going to keep doing it. So she was totally against it. She didn't like people looking at her ass. She wanted to lie and get people in trouble. She didn't understand any of it. But when she realised that it could get views and it could be profitable, then all of a sudden she's all for it. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep showing my ass. I'm going to keep wearing the most revealing gear that I can because it could make me money and it could be profitable. You know, it's all bullshit, man. Absolute bullshit. Then she went on to say about how everyone works hard to look like they do. And you know what? That could be true. That's fair enough. So therefore, you should be proud of your body or whatnot. But she finishes it off by saying, at least if you're going to stare, you could help me and show support. So she's saying, look, if you want to stare at my ass, then you got to pay. It's as simple as that. She's willing to show her ass. She's willing to flaunt her ass in the most revealing way as possible, as long as you're willing to pay money. And I mean, that's just the problem with all these women. They all take the easy way out. Just look at wrestling. Look at Mandy Rose. Even you got like Lacey Evans, you got Dana Brooke who just got released, you had Toni Storm, the Iconics, all these women who claim that they want to be empowered. As soon as it doesn't work out for them, as soon as wrestling goes wrong and they need to make quick money elsewhere, you know, they all turn to sex work, the same shit that they, you know, criticize men for. Oh, how dare you judge us off our appearance, you're all disgusting, but I'm going to go and set up an account so I can make money off all the disgusting people like you. You know, it's so hypocritical, these women, that they just can't accept that the reason they ever got over in the first place is because of their looks. But they'll bash people that find them attractive yet want their money as well. You know, it's like, what the fuck? You're constantly bashing the people that are willing to pay, you know, to make you money, to make you rich because of your appearance. So, you know, guys, the whole thing is bullshit here. But Skye Blue, you know, what can we say? Willing to lie to get people in trouble, and then, you know, not liking people looking at her ass, but as soon as she realises it could be profitable and that it's going to get her views and it's going to get her fame, then she's all for it, you know. So it's just absolute fucking nonsense here, and the more or less is what the entire women's roster is like today. So that's what it is, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.